Hey y'all, before the video begins, Rochester's Heating and Air would like to state that the purpose of my videos are intended for licensed HVAC professionals. The content of these videos could be hazardous to the untrained person. For the homeowner viewing the videos, my intentions are to educate only. They are to demonstrate to the homeowner what to look for in proper service procedures and proper installation practices. Please do not attempt any of these procedures at home. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, please feel free to give Rochester's Heating and Air a call for all your HVAC needs. Thank you so much for taking the time to come visit with us. And please enjoy the upcoming video. Alright y'all, take care. Bye. Okay guys, we're loaded for bear. We've got our heating element for our tapping stove here, our cow rod's what we used to call it. And I've actually got another cow rod heating element in that box right there. It came from Marcone. What we're actually going to do here is I'm going to actually give it to these people I'm going to go visit Derby City. I don't think I'll be dealing with Marcone anymore. It's too hard to get a hold of them on the phone. And to me, you know, it's all about customer service too. People were kind of rude over there that I talked to, and this lady was very nice. So I'm going to be dealing with Derby City Appliance from now on. So, but anyway, wanted to apologize for the quality of my videos, my last couple of videos. My Casio here is going out. I keep getting a warning on my lens failure, and I actually had to pull the lens out by hand to you know, get it to function. But I'll update as soon as I can. But right now we're off to Taylor Boulevard to go visit Derby City Appliance. All right, guys, I'll get some footage along the way. Okay, guys, I just got back from Derby City Appliance over on Taylor Boulevard right here in Louisville, Kentucky, and what a great bunch of people, man. I believe they bend over backwards trying to help you. And everybody in there was really kind, so I'm going to start doing business with them. But I'm sorry I didn't get any film for you guys. I plan on getting film of it and everything, but I got on the phone with Eddie and we were talking shop, and you know, next thing I know, I done forgot about it. So and another thing too, I walked into the store with the original element and let them keep it for scrap. So, but anyway, what had happened here, guys, is I got Mom this tapping stove. I believe it was late 2000 when I got it for her, and the only thing I could afford at the time was this particular stove. I mean, it's not any top of the line stove by any means whatsoever. This is just you know, bake and cook, and that's it. Ain't no bells and whistles on this puppy. But I am going to within the next month or two, I'm going to actually go out and I'm going to get her a self-cleaning oven. See, that's the thing, this oven is not self-cleaning, okay, but I'm going to get her one. So what the deal was, guys, was Mom likes to keep a tight ship here and keep everything clean, and so what she did was, you know, instead of having to reach back in there and clean, you know, she's getting up there a little bit and she can't really do that anymore. So what she actually did was she took and so she wouldn't have to do that, she took and got her some aluminum foil here and she put that down on the bottom of it. Well, I don't know if you can see right here in this big old blowout section right there. What that it did is it actually touched up against the old cow rod back there, and when it hit it, I could hear it. I heard it all the way upstairs. Pow! And basically it arced out and it blew this bottom section out. However, it didn't snap the breaker yet. It was still melting. So she's hollering, Fritz, it's on fire, it's on fire. And you know, that scared me pretty good. So I lit up out of there and ran down here as fast as I could. And she had already grabbed the fire extinguisher right here. We keep the fire extinguisher where everybody knows where it is, and we also, up here in this cabinet, we keep baking soda. And these things are great for, like, if you have a grease fire or something, you can take that baking soda and flap it on there, or actually take, you know, the fire extinguisher if it's rated for that, to do that. Unless you have an electrical fire extinguisher to explode terminate electrical fires, this ain't going to help none. Neither one of those are going to help any. Until after the breaker snaps, and then you can probably put it out. But excuse me, I noticed the flames, it was just barely a little bit of flame. It was cherry red back here in the back. So what I did immediately, if it would have been an engulfing flame or anything like that, guys, don't get me wrong, I would have got Mom out of the house securely somewhere in the middle of the backyard, away from the house and Sarge both. And then I would have called 911 and had the fire department come out immediately. However, I've been in this situation before. I knew exactly what to do. I ran straight downstairs and I killed the 50 amp breaker that goes to the stove, which eventually by the time I got back up here, the cherry red was just about gone and just a little bit of smoke rendering. But anyway, that's another thing too, guys. The lady informed me that you shouldn't be doing this, and I guess it just arced out and went to ground or something. But anyway, that's another thing too. Another point I want to make. I want to take y'all down into the basement. Everybody should have their panel marked in one form or the other, and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, just bear with me, guys. Okay, guys, here's my ITE service panel right here, and I knew number 3 was my stove, and it's still in the off position because we haven't wired the thing back up yet. Most of them are stamped 1, 2, 3, 4, yada yada yada. I believe this is, but you can't hardly see it. So what I did was I came back with a Sharpie and marked everything individually. The one that you don't see marked, I just added that. I just got Mom well, maybe last year, I guess. I got her first dishwasher, and it's on its own little circuit here too. So that's the only one that's not marked. But I'm going to update, and I'll update that in my schematic drawing. But just wanted to show you, your panel should be clearly marked, and you have the option here of you know, putting what's on each individual breaker. You can make your own sheet up or whatnot. But here's what I do. Okay, guys, right here on the cabinet we store some of our canned goods and stuff in, I keep my schematic that I drew for the ITE main service panel I have in the house. And this way I can go directly to the service panel and turn it off. And what I've done here was I actually, it's overkill again, but if any of y'all know me and watch my videos and know me personally, I guess I go a little bit over the top sometimes. But it's just the way I am, guys. But I actually tried to draw it and make it look exactly like it did in the panel box. And I've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, yada yada yada. And what's what, 50 amp double pole, 30, the big long square here indicates double pole. The button here indicates single pole. But I've got double pole 50 on 1, double pole 30 on 2, double pole 50 on 3, double pole 30 on 4. And if you remember when we looked at our panel, when I actually drew this, you know, it had the plug, the gray tap in it, you know, that came with the panel that you actually had to, you know, get off. So I'll update that soon. But basically my panel's full, so I actually know what that is, but I will do like a little update. But what I've done here is actually I went up to UPS store and actually had them laminate it for me so it didn't get all funkified or tore up. So if I'm looking for something, I need to know something immediately, bam, I come straight to it, open it up. Right here I've got number 1 is a 50 amp double pole, and that's controls or supplies electric to the lower panel. It's the lower panel main. Number 2 is 30 amp double pole breaker for the air conditioner with a heat pump, the American Standard heat pump out back. Number 3, this was the one we were concerned about. That is for a 50 amp double pole breaker for the oven. Okay, and we knew right there, and I showed you on the panel, I snapped this one, snapped it shut, snapped it off. And all it took, well actually guys, I knew exactly where that one was, but if somebody had to, they could actually pop this open and see oven. Kill it. Number 3. It's marked on the panel, number 3. And guys, I went throughout the entire house, did everything. Every circuit, everything in this house, I know where to come to kill it, and know, like if I kill a particular 15 amp breaker or one of these minis or one of these 20 minis, I know what all's on the circuit too. I took the time to test everything. Like this, like for instance, number 8, 15 amp mini. That controls the master bedroom, the office bedroom, and the second floor hall light. Number 10, 15 amp mini. That does the kitchen, partial part of the den lights, the hood, the sink, fan and plug next to return air, also driveway and rear security lights and the kitchen phone. So I know what everything on here does. So if I have to kill one particular breaker, I know what else is going to be killed on it too. But anyway, just a big advocate to, in some form or another, it doesn't have to be you know, Fritz's extravaganza here. You can just do it your way, but make sure you do it. It's not that hard. I mean, it might take y'all maybe an hour or two to do it. And even if you have to say, hey, yeah, that's it, that's the one, yada yada yada, do it. Just do it. Okay, guys, let's get back to the stove and get that thing working again. Right. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? There you go. Get you toy. Go give it to Mama. Go give it to her. Alright guys, while we're on the subject here, I don't want to seem like Smokey the Bandit or Smokey the Bear here, but I am an advocate for these smoke alarms also. What we have here, we have them all over the house. We have these First Alert 10-year smoke alarms. I think I've heard our local fire department to say to replace these in 7, and they say to test them at least once a month. And these particular brand, and I suggest this brand here or some brand like it, that actually has the 10-year battery built into it. I don't know, I've heard numerous amount of stories of crazy stuff like, you know, somebody needed something for their Game Boy or whatnot, or needed a battery for something, and they'd actually take it out of the freaking fire alarm. But anyway, I haven't tested mine this month, so let's do it. Let's see if this has got a little piercing sound to it. Okay, that one's good. Alright, there's something else I think everybody should have, and I'll share that with you real quick, and then I promise we'll get fixing the stuff. I also keep a fire extinguisher down here in the shop area, and you want to make sure they're always in the green and up to date. Okay, so I've got one in here, and I keep one out here in the laundry room slash furnace room. But another thing I advise everybody to get, they're not that expensive and they're well worth it, is I've actually got a CO detector here also, and this is the low parts per million CO detector, and that's what you want, the low ppm. But anyway, let's get Mom's stove back. Okay guys, now we're ready to put our new baking terminal back on, our new universal terminal here. And as you notice on this one, these are actually, well, I guess I didn't show you my other one. My other one was straight. These are on 90. My male terminals were straight, okay? You do not, I don't know if you can see that, I'm trying to get it in the light. You do not want to try to straighten those up just because, you know, yours were straight before, okay? If you do, you're going to break it and you're going to go pay another 40 bucks for one of these. So what we want to do is we're actually going to fish it through the hole in there and get everything lined up. And then I'll show you what we have to do to wire it up, basically. What we're going to do is we're going to act like we're in, what's that old fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel. And I'm going to get in the stove. And, so what you do is you basically just push that dude on back, just like so. And you want to try to get it to where the feet, you want to try to get it where it's level, that's what I'm saying, and where the feet are touching, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'll do that. Go ahead and get my screws here, hopefully. I'll go ahead and tie this puppy in. Don't go all nuts with it either. It'll throw this completely out of whack. It's kind of hard going over the freaking stove door and everything. That's why the comment about Hansel and Gretel there. Like that old wicked witch they threw in the oven right now. Okay, let's back it out just a hair. Okay. Alright, we're dead on now, guys. Alright, so what this is going to be is basically when I pulled that thing, I undid my screws and I pulled it out, and my wires came with it, which made it easy. And they had flag terminals on it, okay? The right angle flag terminals. You all know what they look like. And like I just showed you on my old one, it had the straight things on it. So I probably would have been able to actually leave the wires in here, plug them into those straights. However, with those flag terminals and those being on the 90 degree, I would have had a lot of difficulty trying to get it in them holes and possibly scrape one of my wires, and you know, you don't want to do that. That's a potential fire right there in itself too. So what we're going to do is, I've already got started on it. We'll come back here, piece of cake. Take one of the 50 doors off of it. I've already got all the screws out of it. I love these doors, dude. I don't know why you wouldn't make it where this panel here would actually come out, but it's all tied together to where you'd have to remove your high voltage and everything to actually get this panel out. And there's a panel behind this panel, but as you can see here, here's our broiling element and with the flag terminals, and here's our new cow rod here, our new baking element. So basically what we're going to do here, guys. Is we're going to take our flag terminal, pop that puppy on there like so, and we'll take our other flag terminal, and pop that puppy on like so. And this is designed to where it is back enough from where these the baking element and the broiling element don't touch the actual panel itself. So, anyway, you can actually look through there and see, but oh well, let me get this buttoned up and we'll get her back in place and we'll make some biscuits. Okay guys, let's go ahead and we've got our heat shield doors back on. Let's go ahead and get our HVAC back out. Love it. Love that lantern, dude. I'm gonna start packing it on the truck and get our level. Alright, while we're at it, might as well put Mom's racks back in. Not positive how they go, but we'll see. I think they go in one way. There we go. And I think when you pull them out, they're supposed to like stop so you don't lose your food. Yeah, you can pull them out to approximately right there. And if you want to get them out, just tip them up. All right, there's one. All right, guys, we're good to go. Let's put this puppy into place. Go ahead and slide her on into place very carefully. And there we go. Good to go. Let's okay guys, we're off at the oven switch. We're going hot. Breaker number 3, the 50 amp double pole is our oven breaker. Going hot. Alright guys, let's go. Okay guys, we got our work area cleaned up real good here. And got old Sarge ready for, he's hungry. So what's that in your bowl? Is there anything in there? Alright, we'll put something in a minute. Okay, look out, boy. Here we go. We're going on an adventure. Come on. Let's go. Alright, guys. We got the breaker back on downstairs, the number 3 breaker, the double pole 50. I know I'm going to hear, well, why didn't you just turn it off here at the switch on the oven? Okay. Well, when my mom's hollering and panicking, you know, it's on fire, I assumed that she turned it off there and something had happened electrically. So I ran for the breaker that I knew which was the proper breaker, and I killed it, ensuring that all electricity was off to this stove. Okay, I'm sure I'm going to get you know, the guys that know everything about everything on there talking, but I just wanted to make sure everything was shut down. So, all right, guys, the real test here is when we fire it up, we should see the oven light come on. And hopefully we don't hear a great big pop. But anyway, let's do it. Alright, there we go. Oven light's on, no pop. Let's go ahead and run it to 500 and see what we get. Oh yeah, she's coming up. Comes up pretty daggone quick, don't it? Kind of hard holding it on it. We'll give it a few minutes and I'll check it again. We're at like 103 right now. Okay guys, we got that thing heating up to 500 there. We got our cherry red. Let's take a peek at her if I can hold my arm steady here. I've been having a little trouble with my sugar here lately. But that's why I was kind of shaky Malone over at Carl's. Till I got that pizza in me and then I was pretty good to go. But anyway, we're running at 450, 436, somewhere in that general area. But I think we're done for the day. We're actually going to get online sometime this week or maybe next, and as soon as I can afford it, we're going to get her a self-cleaning oven. There's no point in her having to put that aluminum foil back in there, which we discovered is a big no-no. Don't use aluminum foil on your baking underneath your baking element. If it just so happens to hit it, it's going to blow it out. actually went as far. She was actually putting aluminum foil underneath these. We went ahead and removed those two, the top burners here. So, but anyway, we'll get her lined out here shortly. We've got her a brand new refrigerator with an ice maker, and we got some PEX run back here, and we got her a brand new Whirlpool dishwasher. She loves that thing. And next is going to be a stove. So just stay tuned. I appreciate y'all watching. It's not really that complicated to do this. You just need to be safe about it and make sure your electricity's off and all. But you know, that's my point about some things that we hear a lot of scuttlebutt on, where they get into it with us HVAC guys for showing a few things on here. Let me tell you what, son. I guarantee what we do, some of the stuff we do is dangerous. I totally say, you know, you need to be a trained personnel. You need to be trained under the correct personnel by licensed tradesmen, or you need to go to school for it by an accredited school. But look, guys, look at that. Look how cherry red that is, okay? Any Tom, Dick, or Harry can walk into the appliance store and do this, okay? Huh. Just food for thought, guys. All right, y'all. Take care. Appreciate you watching. See you on the flip.